Storytime Online. We're so happy you could join us today. Parents, before you leave, we just want to remind you that Storytime Online is actually best viewed with a grown-up or a parent in the room. So if kids have questions or if there's something you guys think you can expand on, you're right there to do it right away. We know you are your child's first and best teacher, and we're here to support you. So first things first, we're going to do our signing song, which is our welcome song. So let's go through the signs very quickly. Our first sign is the sign for more. Do you remember that one? It goes like this, your hands together. And then our second sign is the sign for together. So for that, you'll take your two A's, your two letter A's, and you'll put them together like you're stirring a big pot. That's how we say together in American Sign Language. And then we do our sign for happy, which is like this. And then we do our sign for friend. That one's a little tricky. You gotta take your two pointer fingers and you hook them together just like this, like you're giving a hug. And that's how we do friend. All right, are you ready? Let's put it all together for our song. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Very good, nice job. Give yourselves a hand. All right, so our first thing that we're gonna do today, I know normally when we do story time, we start with a book, but today I think we're gonna start with a song because this one song has a lot to do with both of the books we're reading. So if you look over here next to me, you might see some things you recognize. Do you recognize any of these letters? Maybe you recognize the one from the beginning of your name, or maybe the beginning of your last name. We're gonna sing the alphabet song. I'm sure a lot of you know it already, so if you know it, you can sing it along with me, and I'll point to the letters as we go, so you know which one we're talking about. All right, are you ready to say? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Very good. Nice work, everybody. So, we sang about our ABCs. Now let's read a little bit about our ABCs. Our first book today is called LMNO Peas. Wait a second, those are peas like the vegetable. That's not what this song is about, is it? Let's see what this book is about. This one is written by Keith Baker, and it is published by Beach Lane Books, which is an imprint of Simon Schuster, so we thank them for sharing that with us today. All right, let's get started. We are peas, alphabet peas. We work and play in the ABCs. So we're going to start with some A words. We are acrobats, artists, and astronauts in space. Now we've got our B words. We're builders, bathers, and bikers in a race. Our next letter is C. We're climbers, campers, and he's a circus clown. Ooh, a double C, circus clown. Then we have our big letter D. We're dancers and drivers round town. So you can see all the different cars they're driving. Driving starts with D. Then we have the letter E for we are eaters, electricians, and explorers searching land. Then we have F. We're farmers, flaggers, and the best friends in a band. Ooh, friends is one of my favorite F words. Then we have G for we're gardeners, gigglers, givers, and takers. There's H, we're hikers, And then I for inventors and investigators. Ooh. J is we're judges and jugglers. K is we're kickers. Ooh, can you do a kick? Kayakers. And some of us are kings. Ooh. Then we have L for listeners, M for miners, N for neighbors right next door, and nurses. Then we have O for officers and outlaws taking more. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? Then we have P for painters, poets, and plumbers fixing leaks. That's very important. We also have P for pilots, parachutists, we're P's, and we're unique. Every little P on their parachute is different. That's what unique means. It's a very good word. Then we have Q for quilters and quarterbacks. R for readers. I know some R readers out there. S for scientists, swimmers, and sailors on the seas. T is for truckers, teachers. U for underwater divers. And V for voters, vets, and volunteers. W, we're weavers, wishers, and X for x-ray doctors too. Y is for yogis in a pose, and Z for zoologists. That's who. Zoologists are people who study different kinds of animals. We are P's from A to Z. Now tell us, please, who are you? Oh my goodness, what a good question to end that book on. Who are you? How do you like to describe yourself? Are you a kid for the letter K? Or maybe you're an explorer. We had that one in the book. Explorer starts with the letter E. There's all kinds of things you could be. So maybe that's something you and your grown-up can think of together is, what's a word that describes me? And what letter does it start with? One of my favorite words that describes me is librarian. What letter do you think librarian starts with? I think it starts with the letter L. Very good. Excellent work. All right. We have another book about the alphabet, but this book is pretty silly. It is one of my all-time favorites. And I know sometimes when we read this book in story time, I have friends who like to read along with me. So if you already know this book, please feel free to say the words along at home because it's a lot of fun. It's a very silly story. This is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. It's by Bill Martin Jr. and John Archambault, and it was illustrated by Lois Ehlert. It is also by Simon & Schuster's Books for Young Readers, published by them. So we want to thank them for letting us use it today in our story. So what do we have here on our first page of our book? We've got this great big tree with two coconuts on it. Coconut. Coconut. Let's see if we can think of what letter that might start with. Chicka chicka boom boom. Here we go. A told B and B told C, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. Coconut starts with the letter C. Whee, said D to E, F, G. I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. They're having a little race. Chicka, chicka, boom, boom. Will there be enough room? Here comes H up the coconut tree. Oh my goodness, we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and now H. I don't know if there will be enough room. And I and J and tag-along K, all on their way up the coconut tree. Chicka, chicka, boom, boom, will there be enough room? Look who's coming. It's LMNO P. Goodness, you're getting crowded up there. And QRS and TUV. Oh my gosh, so many people. And still more. W, X, Y, and Z. Oh my gosh, the tree is tipping over. It's getting so heavy. The whole alphabet of the, oh no! Oh, chicka, chicka, boom, boom. What happened? Everyone fell out of the tree. Oh no. Skit, scat, scoodle, doot, flip, flop, flee. Everybody running to the coconut tree. Mamas and papas and uncles and aunts hug their little dears, and dust their pants. Fell right out of the tree. All the big capital letters are coming to help. Help us up, cried ABC. Next from the pile up, skinned knee D, and stub-toed E, and patched up F. Then comes G, whew, all out of breath. H is tangled up with I. J and K are about to cry. And L is knotted like a tie. Oh my goodness, what a wreck. M is looped, N is stooped, O is twisted, alley-oop. Skit, scat, scoodle, doop, flip, flop, flee. Why, look who's coming. It's black-eyed P. QRS, uh-oh, and loose tooth T. T fell so hard there, give a loose tooth. Then UVW, wiggle, jiggle, free. And last to come, XYZ. And the sun goes down on the coconut tree. Do you think that's the end of the story? Let's see, I've got another page. But chicka, chicka, boom, boom. Look, there's a full moon. There comes the moon. A is out of bed, oh no, and this is what he said. Dare, double dare, you can't catch me. I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka, chicka, boom, boom. That rascally A going back to climb the tree again. Oh my goodness. And at the end we say, the end. Very good job listening. I hope you enjoyed that story. That is one of my very favorite books. All right, so we've given you some things to think about at home. What might you describe yourself with? What letter? And then what letter does that start with? We can also always practice our letters, grown-ups, all the time. We can do those when we're driving in the car. We can point out things and sound out the letters together. It's a great game for the grocery store as well. You can talk about what you might see on the shelves and what different letters those things start with. Just make sure you're always practicing. Letters are a thing that are so important, and the more you practice, the easier it is. All right, so that's all we have time for today. We are going to do our final song. But before we do that, I want to remind you to tune into Storytime Online. Every Tuesday at 9 a.m. we post them, and then you can always go back and watch the rest on YouTube or Facebook. They are all there. All right, so we are going to do our final song, which is Goodbye Friends. This one has a couple of signs, so we'll go through them very quickly. The first is goodbye. So it's like this, just like you're waving goodbye. And then we remember the sign for friend, right? Because we did it earlier. So you take your 2 pointers and hook them together. And then we do the sign for time, which is like we're looking at a watch. Miss Emilia doesn't wear hers today, so we're just going to pretend, and that's fine. It's like you're looking at your watch and you can tap it twice. And then we're going to do the sign for say, which is, again, you're going to tap right under your chin twice. Okay, here we go. You ready? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.